just like chocolate cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake.
Good evening. We are live from one of the world's most beautiful arenas. This is Falcor Bay. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to...
Sebastian Fandora. Can you imagine having to deal with this guy's frame? They call him, of course, the Towering Inferno. Sugar Ray Leonard.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, representing the renowned boxing family from Coachella, California in the United States, here is a unified super welterweight champion of the world, the Tout.
Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
The wait is over. The speaking stopped. The fight begins now. Let's get the answers.
Under the bright lights here for this one. Really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. Straight right just misses. They're giving us a high-tempo show. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
So Todd, let me explain to you. We are outside. Nobody can turn the temperature down. Nobody can turn the sun down. When that sun's beating on you, when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you get hit, when you're getting hurt, there's no cool fan that's dropping in there. This is where it's real fighting. Fight on fight.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That counter punch got him clean. Blocks that left hook. They exchange punches. Punching. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Catch and shoot. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond. Here we go for round 2. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And Sugar is in trouble. They survived that.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way. I gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. And Sugar is in trouble. That was the moment.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You believe what we are seeing. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. You know that bell was on to the third. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice job getting that punch through. Punch right up the middle. Beautiful counter punch. Just missed with that hook. Nice job blocking the hook. Been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Beautiful counter shot. The jab doesn't quite connect. He throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. And he missed with the jab. Misses with the straight left. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges.
There's the bell to start round 4. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. So far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Hook misses. Like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. boxing judging can be sometimes. And there's the bell for round 5. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, man.
Hold on, got to cut you off here, Johnny. And Sugar Ray is rocked. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
He threw a punch and just got countered. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Straight right, just missed. Hold it right there. Sugar Ray's in trouble. Sugar Ray is down on the canvas. I don't know. I got to take another look at that.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in down once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again.
I wouldn't be surprised if they stop this fight considering the swelling and the bruising. And the referee's going to allow him to fight. Not the best. Talk about Leonard. This is the beginning of round 6. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Drop their guard, they get caught. Straight right just misses. And he scores with the counter. Punch, counter punch. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? That counter shot lands. A perfect counter lands. Is off the charts. Good counter punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Pandora just got rocked. And a round that seemed like he was going. And there's the bell to start round 7. Punches have to hurt. Nice exchange here from both men. This is a high-octane battle. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nope, that hook won't score. Nice counter shot. Which fighter will say no mas? Looking to land the hook. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tell. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the score. There's the bell for round 8. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You'd like to see more jabs. Nice counter shot. There's a counter shot. Let's go with that right uppercut. Perfect counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Well done with that counter shot. How about that time counter shot? Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
How would you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
Do you believe this? That jab doesn't score. And that hook misses. Nice counter punch. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. The judges have spoken, a unanimous decision victory.